Welcome. We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. Enzo Maresca was proper fuming after the final whistle at Stamford Bridge, insisting the refereeing in the Chelsea-Arsenal draw was all over the shop. The Italian couldn't get his head around why Moises Caicedo's horror studs-up challenge on Merino was a straight red, yet earlier in the season similar lunges went unpunished or only earned yellows. If that's a red today, fine, but then it has to be a red every single week, he said, pointing to incidents involving Manchester United and Liverpool players that he reckons were exactly the same, if not worse. Maresca made it clear he wasn't using it as an excuse for dropping 2 points, but the inconsistency is clearly grinding his gears. He also had a pop at the officials for the sheer number of cards dished out in the first half, claiming the game was stopped every 30 seconds and never allowed to flow. "We're killing football a little bit when we have 7-8 yellows before half-time for nothing tackles," he moaned. Despite the draw leaving Chelsea still playing catch-up, Maresca admitted his 10 men showed massive bottle to nick a lead and almost hang on, but you could tell the refereeing decisions had left him absolutely gutted and in no mood for polite soundbites. Enzo Maresca speaks out about Arsenal SNATCH dramatic draw at Stamford Bridge, Merino the late hero. In a pulsating London derby that had everything, Arsenal fought back to claim a hard-earned point against 10-man Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Mikel Arteta's side, still perched proudly at the top of the Premier League table, were made to work for every inch by a resilient Chelsea outfit under Enzo Maresca, but it was summer signing Merino who stole the headlines with a towering header to cancel out Trevoh Chalobah's opener. The first half belonged almost entirely to the Gunners. Bukayo Saka terrorized Chelsea's left flank, forcing Robert Sanchez into a string of smart saves, while Arsenal's pressing game left the hosts chasing shadows. The turning point arrived in the 36th minute when Moises Caicedo lunged in with a reckless studs-up challenge on Merino. The referee had no hesitation in brandishing a straight red card, reducing Chelsea to 10 men and handing Arsenal complete control for the remainder of the contest. Chelsea, to their credit, regrouped at the break and stunned the visitors early in the second half. A well-worked corner found Trevoh Chalobah unmarked, and the defender powered his header past David Raya to send the home crowd into raptures. For a moment it looked as though Maresca's men might cling on for a famous smash-and-grab victory despite their numerical disadvantage. Merino, however, had other ideas. Quietly effective in the first half alongside Declan Rice, the Spaniard grew into the game after the red card and began arriving late in the box with menace. Arteta's introduction of Martin Odegaard for the struggling Martin Zubimendi further tilted the midfield battle in Arsenal's favour. Speaking after the match, Chelsea boss Enzo Maresca was full of praise for Merino's display. "He was excellent from the first minute," Maresca said. Even before the red card he was controlling the tempo, winning second balls, and then that header from Saka's cross top-class finishing. "He caused us massive problems all afternoon, especially once we went down to 10. That equaliser arrived just before the hour mark. Saka, Arsenal's talisman on the night, whipped in a delicious cross from the right and Merino rose highest to thump his header beyond Sanchez. It was the Basque midfielder's first Premier League goal in an Arsenal shirt and a moment that silenced Stamford Bridge, bar the ecstatic pocket of away supporters. From that point Arsenal poured forward. Merino nearly grabbed a second with a rasping long-range drive that Sanchez tipped over, while Rice produced a magnificent last-ditch tackle to deny João Pedro. At the other end, Raya stood tall when called upon, ensuring Chelsea's 10 men couldn't nick a winner. Though the scoreline finished 1-1, Arsenal will feel they left 2 points behind. Piero Hincapié, Ricardo Calafiori, Zubimendi and the subdued Eberechi all struggled to impose themselves, yet the collective spirit and Merino's match-defining contribution earned them a valuable away point. For Chelsea, this felt like a moral victory. Maresca's side showed tremendous heart after Caicedo's dismissal, with Sanchez and Chalobah outstanding, but ultimately they couldn't withstand Arsenal's quality. The result keeps the Gunners top, while Chelsea remain a work in progress under their Italian manager. All told, it was another classic Premier League encounter, fierce, fractious and full of drama. Mikel Merino, rated 8/10 by many, walked off the pitch as the undisputed man of the match, his header a reminder that sometimes one moment of brilliance is enough to define a derby. Arsenal grind out point in tense Stamford Bridge stalemate. In the sweltering cauldron of Stamford Bridge, Arsenal clashed with Chelsea in a London derby that crackled with intensity from the off. Mikel Arteta's lads, perched atop the Premier League pile, were held to a gritty 1-1 draw against Enzo Maresca's resilient Blues. What started as a niggly affair, with referee Anthony Taylor dishing out cards like hot pasties, turned on its head when Moises Caicedo saw red for a lung-busting challenge on Merino. The Gunners dominated thereafter, but couldn't quite turn the screw for all 3 points. Right from the whistle, Taylor was in no mood for nonsense, flashing early yellows to a handful of Arsenal players as the tackles flew in thick and fast. Chelsea, buoyed by the home crowd's roar, pressed high and tested Arsenal's backline, but David Raya remained untroubled in the opening salvos. Jurrien Timber and Christian Mosquera held firm at the flanks, while Piero Hincapié mopped up scraps in the middle. Up top, Abir Ease and Gabriel Martinelli looked sharp but lacked the killer edge, their runs more promise than product. The real fireworks ignited in the 36th minute when Caicedo launched into a horror studs-up lunge on Merino. The Spaniard, blooded but unbowed, shook it off to carry on, while VAR had a butcher's and upgraded the booking to a straight red. Stamford Bridge fell into a stunned hush as Chelsea were reduced to 10 men, leaving Maresca's troops to dig deep. Arsenal smelled blood, ramping up the pressure, but the half petered out goalless, a testament to Robert Sanchez's sharp reflexes between the sticks. The teams trudged off with the Gunners holding the upper hand, but Chelsea emerged from the sheds with fire in their bellies. Just shy of the hour mark, a whipped corner found Trevoh Chalobah unmarked, and the centre-back rose like a salmon to thump a header past Raya. Stamford Bridge erupted, the home faithful sensing a smash-and-grab heist. For a split second, Arsenal wobbled, their midfield momentarily caught flat-footed as Riccardo Calafiori, who had a wobbly first half, was hooked at the break for Miles Lewis-Skelly. But Arsenal's response was swift and surgical. Barely had the celebrations died down when Bukayo Saka, the boy wonder on the right, floated in a peach of a cross. Enter Mikel Merino, timing his leap to perfection and nodding home with the poise of a seasoned poacher. It was the Basque's first league strike for the club, a moment of pure class that silenced the shed end and reignited the away end's chance. Saka's delivery was vintage, earning him nods as the assist maestro, while Merino's aerial prowess turned the tide. With the scores level and Chelsea a man light, Arsenal should have run riot. Declan Rice, the midfield colossus and undisputed man of the match, bossed the engine room with an 8/10 masterclass, tackling like a terrier, threading passes like a surgeon. Martin Zubimendi chipped in with a steady 6, but it was Rice's sheer graft that kept the machine humming. The Gunners laid siege, Merino nearly bagging a brace with a rasping drive that Sanchez clawed away, while Martinelli stung the keeper's palms from a tight angle. Yet, for all their dominance, Arsenal couldn't summon the killer blow. Ease, a summer splash, flattered to deceive with a limp 5/10 showing, his flair buried under the weight of the occasion. Timber and Mosquera earned solid 7s for their no-nonsense defending, while Hincapié and Calafiori scraped 6 in a backline that bent but never broke. Lewis-Skelly, thrown into the fray, looked green at 5, his inexperience showing in a frantic second half. Raya, barely tested, pocketed a comfortable 7 for his quiet vigil. Chelsea, credit where due, refused to crumble. Maresca's mob parked the bus without apology, Sanchez pulling off a string of perlers to frustrate the visitors. Chalobah's goal was a proper set-piece beauty, and even down to 10, the Blues harried and hassled, turning the pitch into a proper scrap. It was a sort of dogged display that earns grudging respect from neutrals, no glory, but plenty of graft. In the end, a point apiece keeps Arsenal's title charge ticking over, but Arteta will rue the missed chances in a derby that had everything bar a winner. Rice's Herculean efforts lit up a patchy afternoon for the Gunners, while Merino's header etched his name into the folklore. As the fog rolled in off the Thames, both sets of fans trudged home with that familiar mix of pride and what FS, classic Premier League fare, in it. Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!